Hello, Arthur.
Lane, would you take Mrs. Ellis into the kitchen? Set her up with some tea.
Right this way, ma'am.
Mother, it won't be long.
Take your time.
Not the pods. The good tea. For guests.
The novel is about the impediments to making art that our culture puts in front of us. To give a nice, boring academic answer, it's really about a pissed-off writer who is unhappy with the treatment of his work.
I told you to dress street.
I did.
Looks like you went to prison at the Gap.
LL Bean, actually. I did the best I could.
Don't worry about it. You gotta be there in 10 minutes.
What's this guy's name? Willie?
Wiley Valdispino. He specializes in Oscar Beatty issue movies.
I read this novel that I adapted, Erasure by Percival Everett, and I fell in love with it almost as soon as I started reading it. It just sort of felt the material deep in my core. Like no piece of art has resonated with me as deeply before or since.
Let me say first, Carl, that I'm honored you choose me out of all the black writers you could go to in a superficial attempt at diversity without a fear of being called racist.
The character is alarmingly similar to me, but it is not me, thank goodness. And he has met with some, I guess we call it, career pitfalls. His novels haven't sold particularly well. He has some trouble getting published. And it seems that the problem always comes back to the fact that his work is a little too academic and not stereotypically enough black.
I knew that I wanted to write the script because that's what I'd been doing. I'd been working as a TV writer for about 6 years when I found this book. And then the more that I read, I started reading the novel in Jeffrey Wright's voice. That's sort of like how quickly I started thinking of Jeffrey to be in this movie. And then the more that I read, I was like, oh, maybe I should direct this. Mother! Mother! Hey! Hey! Mother! Cut. Okay. Because the Warmington's there, we don't want to get. Okay. We don't want to get Leslie too far.
Okay, so you're not going to see the house.
Oh no, we won't see the house.
Okay. It's a story about our world. It's a story about the life out on the sidewalk, or in where the people gather.
Jeffrey has this real air of gravitas around him at all times. He seems professorial in a very real way. And so, and I also think that he had the ability to play like a lovable grump. I think that that's a very difficult part to play, because I think that if you err too far on the side of grump, you lose people and nobody wants to root for you anymore.
They liked it.
I've known Jeffrey for a long time, and this is the first time that we've worked together on a project. We've known each other for, gosh, probably close to 30 years. We came up in the same circles, the same theater circles in New York, via the public theater, downtown.
I'm not so sure we need any more food in the house. It's not like Monk is living here, depressed and binging.
Mother, it might be nice for you to have a hobby, come on. You know, keep your mind active. You can give all the veggies away.
I play Lisa. Monk, who is played by Jeffrey, his middle sister, so older sister. I think he's the baby. And I am a Planned Parenthood doctor, an abortion doctor, which was one of the first things that actually drew me to the role.
I knew Tracy when she was a little baby because I knew her mother very well. And to see the woman she's become and how talented she is, oh my goodness. As soon as I saw her, I said, I'm such a fan because she can do anything.
That's great. Cut it.
Hey, cut it. What time's your flight?
11.
You think maybe you could change it? Be useful to have you at Mother's doctor's appointment today.
No, I can't. I gotta get home.
Fine, but you think you can chip in for her care once we find out what's what? Probably gonna be pretty expensive.
Well, things are tight right now. You thought about firing Lorraine?
Lorraine is family.
At no point in time do you feel like this is a medicine film where you're just being forced to, like, you know, spoon-fed messages throughout the course of the thing. Like, I laughed from beginning to end.
That owes itself, I think, to the brilliance of Percival Everett, who, you know, whose novel this is based on. You know, he's a really, you know, sharp observer of the times, and, you know, in a sharp mind.
The pharmacy? What for? She asks. You know, I says. Nah, she say. Hell nah. Girl, you be pregnant again? Might be, I tells him. And if I is, Ray Ray's gonna be a real father this time around.
As soon as I read that in the script, I was cracking up, and Cord had a very, you know, specific point of view in terms of how it was to be read, and I really enjoyed working with him to hopefully achieve that.
Something on your mind? Right.
I was wondering if I might be able to take the rest of the day off. Maynard just came back in from the beach, and we thought it would be nice if we went to visit a museum.
Yes, of course. I'm free today, so I can look at them up.
Thank you.
We have been kind of exploring this in the way you would explore a play. Is that we do a lot of talking, and we do a lot of what if, so that we can kind of get to the truth of a moment or the several truths of a moment, and then film them and see what would be the best, or what pops the most. But there is space for that, and I kind of love that.
Yeah, you're quite beautiful. Oh. What do you see in my brother?
He's funny.
He is not funny.
No, not ha-ha funny. Like, in a sad way, you know, but cute, like a three-legged dog.
The film tackles a lot of complex issues, and it does it with humor, comedy, which is the best delivery system in the world. You know, it helps the medicine go down.
Ooh, you are a goddamn child! Yeah, I should probably told you this before, but I pissed down there. You. Cool. Thank you. Thank you. Beautiful.